is Samsung's best phone, probably the smartest phone, and most definitely the start of a new era in mobile computing. Meet the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, debuting Galaxy AI. Now there's a lot to unpack in this video, but looking at the hardware, while everything else has been immensely improved, the changes will feel minor until you start using this phone as your daily driver. Now this may look like the S23 from afar, but when you come up close, the changes are apparent. The screen is fully flat, first things first, it's beautiful. The bezels for the first time are completely symmetrical. The cover glass is 4 times stronger, which means you will not be needing that tempered glass. And the body is now made of titanium. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Apple has probably inspired Samsung to move in this direction. But it definitely looks nicer, at least in our books. It comes in a total of 4 colors. However, while the iPhone lost a lot of weight by moving to titanium, the S24 clearly hasn't. It is hefty. There are pros and cons to this. The S24 clearly feels like the most well-built phone we have tested all year. It exudes a surgical precision that you get with high-end wristwatches. It manages this while packing a massive vapor chamber which keeps the phone cool, and also while accommodating the silo for the S Pen, which is so handy. That being said, it remains a massive phone considering its 6.82-inch screen, but possibly one of the nicest smartphone screens we have tested. It remains supremely bright and consistently across a variety of scenarios. Its refresh rate now actively cycles between 1 to 120 Hz, while has better touch sampling and can also be used when it's wet. It also adds a very useful coating that basically eliminates all kinds of glare. The screen is a joy to use, to watch movies on, to read articles on, or to play games on. Of course, it is supported by a very impressive stereo speaker. It's very nice, but not on the same level as the one on the iPhone. This baby gets Qualcomm's latest greatest chipset, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which has been especially customized for the Galaxy smartphones. Then of course there's plenty of RAM starting at 256 GB of storage, UFS 4.0 storage, which means the fastest kind. And the GPU on this phone supports ray traced games whenever they will show up. Samsung has all the hardware in place like the OnePlus or the Vivo X100 Pro, but it doesn't have the games that the iPhone already has. But the benchmarks indicate that for the first time, a Galaxy X can measure up to an iPhone in terms of pure performance. More than this, it supports Samsung's DeX software, which allows you to turn this into a desktop by connecting it with a screen and keyboard and mouse. And DeX works better than ever. It has been shaky in the past, but not anymore. Actually, that is the big story here. The software feels so fluid. It feels buttery smooth, and that hasn't been the case with Samsung's phones for over a decade now. Samsung, with its new One UI 6.1 based on Android 14, is now promising us 7 years of software updates, and that is the same thing that Google is promising us with Pixel 8. So does this mean that you'll be using your Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra well into the 2030s? Well, probably not. But the S24 will run really well for over 3 years. And the software is the really big story here, because all of the Galaxy AI goodies are part of the software experience of this phone. Samsung is using a combination of Google's LLM models on device in conjunction with cloud-based interconnect to provide a comprehensive. Features like Live Translator and Interpreter are going to be very handy, can be used in Hindi as well. Overall, 13 languages are supported, but often the AI cannot understand the conversation or query. For example, when I put "tonight I'm going to the Piano Man Cafe," it turned into Piano Aadmi, which is obviously not ideal. But not to worry, because surely this tech will get better over time. Other features like Generative Edit work like Google's Magic Editor, and it works better. The Notes app now can summarize and format the content, while the voice recorder can transcribe and translate in real time. I love it. आज मुझे पियानो मैन कैफे जाना है.
Today I have to go to the Pano Man Cafe.
Well, not piano but pano, but it'll get there, I'm sure. Today is a beautiful day. It's a perfect day to shoot all these fancy products.
आज एक सुंदर तारीख है. इन सभी फैंसी उत्पादों को शूट करने के लिए एकदम सही दिन.
So Google's Circle to Search feature debuts with the S24 series. What does this feature entail? Well, basically, all you have to do is put a circle around anything that is displayed on the screen and it will give you all the information needed. Really handy feature and it works brilliantly. But the same feature is coming to the Pixel 8. The AI can remove shadows or glare from any of the photos taken on the camera. However, this doesn't work very well. Actually, every year, the cameras are a big deal about the S24 series. And while there are updates, they aren't a big deal. You still get the main 200 megapixel camera system, while the 10x zoom system has now been replaced with a higher resolution 5x zoom system, which can do lossless 10x zoom. Yes, the photos are slightly better. I mean, you get this more realistic overtone, ample levels of detail, and it shines in the daylight and also while taking pictures in portrait mode. Having said that, for low light, it's not as good as the Vivo X100 Pro, and the ultra-wide camera also is not in the same league as the OnePlus 12. Video capabilities have improved further and as always are amongst the best we have seen on an Android phone. And when we talk about selfie, well, this is easily the best selfie camera on a phone. Samsung also leverages its AI in the camera, as now normal videos can be turned into slow motion videos, which work surprisingly well. The S24 Ultra camera is a jack of all trades. It's really good at most tasks you throw at it, but it's not a mind-blowing camera like the Vivo for stills or the iPhone for video. Another area where the S24 Ultra is impressive is its battery. It can go for 2 whole days on a single charge thanks to its massive 5000 mAh battery. Now, it may not be the fastest at charging, but it has great endurance. The S24 Ultra is an AI-infused Titan, and it does everything with great elegance and skill. While doing so, it impresses us from the hardware perspective and is possibly also the smartest phone around. It definitely does cost us a pretty penny though, starting at 1,29,999 rupees. But that's probably what you will pay for the best candy bar style phone in the world, and it's cheaper than Apple's iPhone 15 Pro Max while doing so.